Are we live? Are we live? Let's go to the control room, SeaTactics. Why don't we? The most important part of any live stream is to be... Okay, we are live! Hello, everybody! Welcome to the King of Anime podcast. How's everybody doing this week? It seems the freaking chat box on the screen has died again. This is terrible, or maybe not. I don't know. Everybody comment down below. Make sure the stream's live on the thing. This is the King of Anime podcast, where every week we cover a variety of... Okay, so yes, the restream chat thing does work. Hello, Email. Every week we cover a wide variety of topics and shows and things, and we kill them or pass them. That's pretty much what we do. It's rip off of the Anime FMK podcast from 3 years ago, almost at this point, where we pick some shows, and if it gets 2 or more passes, we get to keep it and watch it to whatever. And 2 or more kills, and it's done. We've already killed a couple shows already with Rail Romance and Warlords of Sigrdrifa, which I have not watched this week's episode, so I would talk about that, but I haven't seen anything of it. Have you guys watched Warlords?
Hell no.
I mean, I'm going to still watch it, but I have not watched the latest episode. No.
All right. Anybody in the chat know about that show? Definitely comment your thoughts on the most recent episode if you can. With that being said, I've been joined by my co-hosts. Who are you guys?
It is I, everything animated. This whole fall season has been interesting, so to say the least.
Isn't it always?
It really is. It really is. And I want to mention something real quick. It's may mean nothing to nobody listening, but to me personally, it's officially been 1 year since I've been laid off my job.
Oh my
The one that did that massive, layoff of over 300 people. Yeah. But hey, you know what? I'm better off because of it. So.
It's been a year?
Can you believe that? It's been officially a year to the day.
How long has pandemic times been?
I mean, since March.
Oh my god, since March?
Yep.
This is supposed to blow over in a week is what everybody told me.
Yep, to slow the spread. And then it just, yeah.
What's up, KCM, Mizu Sauce Mix, and, of course, everything animated. Welcome to the chat. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into our first show of the week. Armpit Girls, a.k.a. Sport Climbing Girls. What do you guys think of this week's episode?
I like how this show is basically taking the sports genre, having a main character go from being a rube to actually training and getting better. And she, I guess it was like a month and a half since she last climbed the mountain, the Monkey Mountain or whatever, No Monkey Mountain, and she actually did it. She got better, and that's what you call progress.
Yeah, always the best part of this series is how it focuses on, training and getting better and completing the obstacle that you couldn't before.
I can't stand shows where they've never done it before and yet they're automatically great.
Yeah.
I mean, every once in a while there's some where it works, but usually never in the positive right. It's usually in a comedy kind of way. But
while it is goofy, I also like how she uses gaming as well. So I think that's pretty interesting and unique.
And I found out this episode she did ballet in the past. I don't know if it touched on that prior, but it's so she's a ballet person, a gamer, and a rock climber. Damn.
Yeah. Which I assume being a dancer helps out with the rock climbing stuff.
You gotta be real flexible. You reach them legs up trying to climb up.
Yeah.
Weird feet stuff in this episode.
It'd be very nimble and quick, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, as for me, see, you touched on it a little bit. I like the fact that the gaming is incorporated in her being better at rock climbing, because usually gaming and sports is it's thought to be like counterproductive. If you're good at gaming, then you're bad at sports, and if you're good at sports, then you're bad at gaming. But she uses gaming in a way where she can kind of like analyze the surface of the rocks and pick out the right path. So I like that. As for this episode, there was weird feet stuff, but that's the thing about this series, because I actually think that 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 kind of weird fan service stuff was actually needed in a way because of the shoes that we got. Like I like the explanation of why that was in there, because with the flat-toed shoes, and I forgot the name of the other shoes.
Like downward shoes.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. They're like, those shoes are for experts, and it helps grip the rock so it's easier to climb. So I like the fact that it's not just unnecessary, it's actually being used in a creative way to explain some of the aspects of rock climbing, because I don't know a lot of this stuff. So
We're
it's-
learning.
yeah, it's much appreciated.
I do not have good thoughts here on forth for this episode. I got my good out of the way. I agree to a certain extent with what Sasi's trying to say. I do think they at least tried to implement it in an interesting way, but they could have did a way better job. This show, I don't even care about the feet stuff, to be honest. It's weird. It was dumb, but it wasn't like even nearly as bad. It was humorous. It was dumb. Last week's was kind of weird and too in your face, so I'm not even going to complain about that. This show's mediocre. Like, all the characters, they don't really stand out except for the purple girl. And like, oh god, the spider lady is kind of generic, and they're all generic. I just don't like any of them. They're not interesting. And the reason is because the story itself, what we're doing here, isn't, like, to me, it reminded me of like Dodgeball, whatever the fuck that Dodgeball movie's called. Dodgeball something.
It's called Dodgeball, an Underdog Story.
Yes. It reminded me of that, but if it was more serious and not comedic. And what I guess I mean by that is they're not like, it's not the same story or anything, but it's that kind of hammy, cheesy, generic story. It's just nothing as original about it in the least, and it's kind of boring, and it's kind of played up a little bit. The first couple episodes were fine because we were kind of getting our grasp on what the show was, and so I didn't really think much of it. I was just like, you know, it's interesting. It was fun. It was something new and different. It's bright and colorful as well, which is, so apparently we don't cover bright and colorful shows on KOA. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but we apparently like really grim and dark shows.
Shiny.
But yeah, it after episode 2, I think I really noticed it in episode 3, but I still have my blinders on because I was still kind of like I was still feeling it. But this episode, it's just like Aiden says, it looks a little boring, and it kind of is a little boring. And there's some like great parts about it, because I wanted to make sure like those parts are known, but this show's kind of just generic and mediocre. And I think compared to a lot of the shows that we cover, I'm actually astonished we haven't killed it yet. I'm going to be honest, because this is not even as interesting as the show we killed off last week, Warlords of Sigrdrifa. I feel like that show's more interesting than this show. Hot take. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, everybody.
I disagree. with what happened in this episode, I don't think we progressed much because pretty much the training that we got for Konomi was off screen. I mean, we seen her conquer the monkey climbing thing, but that was only a small section of the episode. And then pretty much we got to the tournament, we got the shoes, and then we were introduced to new characters. We saw the Black Panther. She was mentioned too, but we've actually seen her. And now we have this other character at the end of the episode that appears to be like a rival for Konomi. So I think like the actual, I can't say like the actual interest and stuff because I've been interested in what's been going on, but I think it's actually going to start to take off next episode because now we're in the tournament and I'm assuming like things are going to ramp up with the pacing and things like that because like I said, this episode didn't progress too much. But I like the comedy in the show. I'm intrigued with the sports climate thing just because I've never seen it. So like the uniqueness in just the sport is keeping me engaged. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nos inglés pejeco aquí.
Everybody is
No one's-
saying hi
No one.
in my
No one's-
chat.
Well, that person just asked if anyone speaks English in here. No, sorry. Oh wait, no, I think he said, "Why is everyone speaking?" I don't know. I can't speak Spanish. It's barely. I know aquí is here. No es inglés que juego.
Everybody's just saying hi. This is the weirdest thing. Hey, everybody. Hi. Hey. No, I totally get it. If you like this show, it's whatever. But I mean, I feel like this show is just not really that great. I'm sorry.
I like it.
I know you guys like it. I know you do, but I just can't.
You want to know why I like it?
Yeah, tell us.
Because of the long-haired silver fox dad.
Oh, climbing Jesus.
Yes. He freaking went clean shaven and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
you know, everybody was like, look at this man.
Was his daughter blushing?
I don't think so. I know her daughter's trying to get purple hair set up with him to be.
Oh, that was weird.
To be your new mommy.
Weird. That's a weird scene. I'll tell you what, the best scene in this episode, it just popped up on screen, and I'm glad it did because this is my favorite part of the episode, is when she climbs the rock and she's looking at the scenery. And
So
she's
beautiful.
like, why is it so beautiful? And it's just like, because this is like the fruits of your labor, duh. But it's such a simple thing, but it was such like a nice, tranquil moment, you know? And like I said, the show's generic and mediocre, but the generic and mediocre shows do have good things about them. So like, I don't hate this show. I just think it's so much worse than, it's like on like so many rungs below of what we usually cover. And I'm just surprised that we're still watching it.
Is it though?
I think it is.
I mean, I swear I'd have to really look back and think. Like there was a couple of shows that we kept for longer than I thought. But I can't think of that right off the top of my head. But I don't know.
I'll say this. If this... Slime Daddy. I think this is probably going to turn out like a Slime Daddy situation.
Well...
Because I just don't... I don't think this show's going anywhere, to be honest. I'm sorry. I don't want to offend everybody.
Still better than God of High School.
Yes, no. Oh God, it's still way better. Like there's no comparison. God of High School is like tremendous.
Is it?
Tremendously bad.
Oh, okay.
Take a sip of water.
Oh, man.
Oh, I thought it was really cute when that one girl turned into that gaming character.
Turn into the. I want to say I'm trying to remember. Turn into the gaming character.
Yeah, she was like, we got to go buy gear to upgrade, and she turned into like
Oh,
a
yeah.
JRPG character.
And she was like, "What weapons do we need for climbing?" This show is about fetish. I don't think so. I think it's about sports climbing.
I think it's kind of fetishy.
How?
The last episode,
climb that rock. Service. Oh, so good. Yes, reach that.
Did you watch the episode last week? EA, there were asses and faces. Tits and faces.
See, I disagree with that. There was asses, but there was no asses and faces. There was no.
I meant
there was no
camera.
Eating of asses being done. Now, if that was this kind of show, I would be like, okay, yeah, I could see what you're talking about. This show is very much fetishy.
Well, I don't know. I think we'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's not a big deal, but we'll see. It's just an anime. I'm offended at all of you for liking this. How dare you? I'm so angry.
According to Aiden, Rent-A-Girlfriend is worse. Thank you. That you win a prize.
Yes. Okay.
SeaTactics, tell him what he's won.
Rent-A-Girlfriend is way worse. I wish we would have covered this week to week on EA's channel than Rent-A-Girlfriend. I'll say it now. Say it loud. Right. I'll say it proud.
All right.
Although we
can't wait to see.
We learned a lot about ourselves on the Rent-A-Girlfriend podcast.
Oh my God, we sure did. We learned about our tolerance level, and we learned about learning to love and to live and to live and let die.
Live and let die. Satsuki, bestow us with your knowledge.
Knowledge of what?
I don't know.
What am I being questioned on? Well, I'll just add this one last thing, because I forgot to mention it. I do like the fact that fear was a topic in this episode and how it could be used in a positive way, because usually, when it doesn't happen all the time in sports, but usually when you just think of fear, people think like you have to like eliminate fear. But in the case of when Konomi was climbing with the rocks, we already mentioned this last podcast, but if you fall from that, it's dangerous. So she was shaking, she was afraid, but she used her fear in a positive way, in that it gets you to be focused on the task at hand. Because if you are just reckless and you're climbing with no conscience or anything like that, you can get yourself in trouble, and it's not going to end well. So I like the fact that fear was used in a way like you had to overcome it rather than to strip it from you.
I'm gonna strip from you, Satsuki.
I'm just gonna strip. I'm just gonna strip.
All right.
I agree.
So this happened to me I'm sorry, it just reminded me of something. I went to the worst bachelor party in the history of mankind, where somebody said they were going to bring out the strippers, and you know what they did? They brought out a fucking pair of strippers, a literal thing that you use to strip wires. And I literally got up from the bachelor party and I said, I'm leaving.
This is not what I came here for.
I wasn't the only one. Like, literally, it was me and 10 other people. Because the guy kept hyping it up. Yeah, we got strippers. Yeah, we got strippers coming. Oh, yeah, here's the strippers. And he brought it out. And I went, you got to be fucking kidding me.
That's such a bad troll. How far did you drive to get there? Or if you drove at all?
I didn't drive that far. I was more pissed because that was the year that the Cardinals were in the playoffs. And they went to the Super Bowl that year. And I was like watching it. And that was them against Carolina. So I'm just like, go. And then all of a sudden strippers, and they turned it off. I'm like, all right. I'm missing the Cardinals game for this. So I was pissed and I left, and 10 other people left. And I think we went to an actual strip club afterwards. That was great.
Jenkins says, and then EA got them all banned. Oh,
I mean,
I love it.
I've been kicked out of a Margaritaville, if that means anything.
You know what? Somebody needs to clip this stuff. I swear, if any of you watching right now want to create a channel called King of Anime Clips or KOA Clips, and you just want to like take clips of this and upload it there, do it. Because this stuff is amazing.
Please don't. I don't want to face the. I don't want to face. I don't want to face the music of what I said on here.
Listen, think of like somebody uploading that Fire Force rant, dude. Dude, that gets so many views. And you know what? All you gotta do, guys. All you gotta do, if you guys want to do this, all you gotta do in the description, link to my channel, Sasuke's channel, EA's channel, a link to the podcast that it happened on, with the timestamp maybe and then yeah, that's fine.
Listen, I am often under the influence when I'm on this podcast, so I do not want anything that I say in this state to be used against me later on. Please, if you're going to clip anybody, don't clip me. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
I want to say you can clip everything I've done. I've had a couple of epic moments where there's just me being drunk on the air and just doing all that random stuff. But yeah, you can leave Sasuke out of it. Me, I'm fair game. It's just gonna be it's just gonna be stuff that's used to just cancel me in the future anyway.
Y'all already know what I'm giving this. What are you guys getting it?
Pass.
Yes.
All right. On to Adachi to Shimamura episode Loli. EA, your thoughts?
Oh, you wanted to start with me?
Yep.
We know why we're starting with EA.
Okay. I told you it was an alien. You didn't want. It's a person. It's a person. It was an alien, and I was right. But anyway, but other than that, it's this is terrible. I don't like the why. Did we ever find out what the purpose of the Loli alien was?
Nope, not yet.
But it certainly likes to follow Shimamura around and make Adachi jealous for some reason. And then I don't know. I think this alien is homeless. I think it's like a homeless alien because it never pays for anything. It got free food everywhere it goes. It's radioactive, I think, because it sparkles so much.
Its hair's glowing.
Yeah, it's. I think it's radioactive. I think Adachi and Shimamura are going to be exposed to many, many great levels of radiation. They're going to die young. But yeah, it's to be honest, to be fair with this whole show, I really did like the interaction between Adachi and Shimamura. Like, I thought that was really nice. I still feel like the alien is very much unnecessary. And I wish that there was more scenes that we had where, you know, you just kind of saw her as, I don't want to say her, Adachi and Shimamura just interacting with each other, like trying to be like, oh, what's wrong? Oh, give me a kiss. Let me do some things. But then it's just ruined by the alien. So I don't know. I can't say any more about the alien other than somebody needs to stab it right in the face and just send it back from wherever it came. Where did it come from? Do we even know?
No, we do not.
Well, we don't know where it came from, but we know where it's going to end up, and that's 6 feet under. So
Are you? Is this a? Are you theory crafting right now?
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this alien's not gonna die. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be around going Shukoh, 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 and all this dumb shit. But yeah, it's can we be done with the alien? Just a quick just release, just right around the throat and just.
So that's what you mean by being done with the alien.
Yeah.
Are you saying we just kill an alien?
Before it was because she was in an astronaut costume, but now you just want to kill her because she's an alien?
Well,
what do you have against Shukoh?
She's annoying. She's the most annoying character I've ever seen in my life.
Oh
and
my God.
And it's just like to the point of like I don't know, I'm losing it. Every time she's on screen, I'm like,
you're physically losing it.
When she's not on screen, I'm happy. When she is on screen, your
clavicle hurts.
I have some rage.
Leroy Jenkins says, "EA, why you racist?"
Wouldn't this be spacist?
It's something.
It's not so. It's not so much racist, Leroy and Aiden. It's more. I just don't like her.
Sounds spacist to me.
Spacist and speciesist.
Satsi, what did you think about an alien being in a goddamn Yuri romance series?
Well, I'll touch on the alien thing. I'll just say that I didn't really like the fact that I'll just call her Shukoh, that she was used in a way that was kind of just to cock block.
Yeah, she
really was.
She's the great cock blocker, that's for sure.
Yeah,
It
was just like to put a wedge in between Adachi and Shimamura. So I didn't like the fact that that was her role in this episode. I do think is her role will expand beyond that, because if that is literally the only thing her purpose is for this show, then that's bad. I don't want to, because then it's basically at that point you're using her as a tool to prolong the series because you just want her to basically stop Adachi from confessing to Shimamura, because there was a lot of times where she had ample opportunity to do that, but she kind of pulled back at times, and Shukoh was a deterrent in that. But as for like the alien thing, the fact that she is an alien, I have confidence that she will be used in a more creative way. She said something like, Shimamura was born to meet her. So I do think there's going to be something. I don't know what it's going to be, but something good that comes from her being an alien or whatever. I have no clue why. It feels out of place, but
it really does.
I have confidence that something good will come from it. I don't really have anything to base that on. I feel like if you're going to introduce something like that in a fucking alien, there damn well better be a reason for that. So that's why I don't really have too much of an issue with it. I'll talk about some more stuff later.
I'm telling you, there's gonna be no payoff. This thing's just gonna be super kawaii and going Shukoh and eating food.
Shukoh. I mean, she even puts on her helmet.
Is that her name, Shukoh?
No, it's
Is that why
else.
she keeps saying that?
I forget.
Why does she even say that?
I originally thought she was a Chunibu, but now I think it's probably like some like
y'all laughed at me. Y'all laughed at me.
Maybe every time she says Shukoh, she's cataloging it in her brain. It's like Shutter, as in Shutter to the next part of my brain. to catalog what I'm witnessing.
I think she likes women.
What makes you think that, EA?
Oh, well, because she's always around Adachi and Shimamura. She's always, begging for scraps for them and whatnot. And didn't she even say in the show, "I like you, Shimamura"? And then Adachi was like, and then she just got mad and wanted to bowl a better score in bowling after that. And
Inquiry Jenkins 2030 says, so for some seriousness, the alien is a reference to the author's previous work. So this is like Happy showing up in... The fuck is that one after Fairy Tail? Hell?
Rave Master.
Eden Zero? Oh yeah, and Rave Master.
There's like a mascot character that shows up frequently in all three of those series named Plu. Like a snowman thing.
Oh, yeah, Plu, yeah.
I don't like...
You don't like Plu or Shukoh?
No, I mean, yes, I don't like Shukoh. I don't know who Plu is. But I don't know. I feel like mascot characters are so... What's the word? Tacky. And just, they're just like, hey, I'm here. Let me do some stuff and be whatever. It's like
I don't know if this is
Gon
a
in Bleach,
but
he was just kind of there being a bear, floating around, being Gon or Gon, whatever his name is.
I think you're thinking of Cone.
Oh, Cone. Why do I said Gon?
my favorite character from Hunter x Hunter and Bleach, of course, Gon. All right, joke just landed, and it did a thing, and nobody even acknowledged it.
I don't think EA watched Hunter x Hunter. Have you?
Nope, I've never seen one episode. I know, hit me with the blasphemies and everything.
How could you, EA?
I know.
Clip it. Upload it to KOA Clips now.
I've never seen Fairy Tail either.
You don't need to.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't really care.
Okay. so Hunter x Hunter is the one I gotta see, but Fairy Tail, yeah, you ain't missing nothing.
I mean, really, you don't need to see Hunter x Hunter. It's fine if you don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention with Shimamura. One thing I found interesting about her character was when Adachi went AWOL and she wasn't answering her messages. She said something like, if Adachi were to like she would be depressed from her not contacting her, but she would be over it in like 3 days. She would be fine. And she said that wouldn't make her feel bad, but she doesn't say that because of course that would make other people feel bad about that situation. So I like that we're getting characterization for Shimamura, because that's like an interesting aspect of her character. It's not like she's just like sunshine and rainbows. There's like nuance to her character.
I like her dynamic with Adachi, which is kind of like a playful teasing kind of dynamic, but it's also kind of like, it's not just Shimamura coming in and dominating the whole time. She says in this something along the lines of like, come up with something to talk about, Adachi. And that, if you notice in the last 3 episodes, Adachi really, it's not just Shimamura in this. It's Adachi is also in this relationship. She's contributing to most of the interactions and dynamic of these two, which I think is pretty cool. Like Adachi really is the most interesting character in this series, I think. And I think that's because the show kind of focuses on her a lot, even though it's not about her, if that makes sense. And I think that, I don't know, I think that makes sense because the show is a romance, so you have to have, the thrill of the chase, so to speak, play out and make that work. So it probably makes more sense to have Adachi be like more of a focus. But I just noticed that they have an interesting dynamic. It's not just, one person. All right. I said it. Landed. Fell flat. Nobody cares.
Well, you know how I feel about this show, so.
It's like the first time we've been like split on. We've been split on like one show, but I think this is like the first time we've been split on multiple series in one podcast for a season.
You know what that means?
I don't.
We gotta quit the podcast.
Yep, we can't get along and we can't agree on anything. This is our final podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
We can't do it anymore after this because as we've learned from society and today, there's no compromise. No compromise allowed.
You all have to agree on exactly the same thing or there's nothing at all.
Exactly. So, for the next episode of King of Anime podcast, we will just be talking about Vinland Saga.
Oh, again? Sweet.
Yeah, why not? Something we can agree on.
Yeah. Yeah, we can watch that again.
Any final thoughts on the show?
There was something else I wanted to mention, but
Shukoh says everything that she does. When she munches on stuff, she says munch, munch, munch. Whenever she steps, she goes step, step, step. Whenever she walks, she says walk, walk, walk. I wanna just teeth right down her fucking throat.
Jesus Christ.
You wanna bite into her throat?
No, I said like punch her teeth down her throat.
Oh, I was like, oh my god. But either way, that's terrible.
It is. But she brought it on herself.
Oh my goodness. EA, all she did was exist.
I mean, this is very true. She did just exist, but if you had somebody constantly bothering you and cock blocking you all the time, wouldn't you be pissed at them too?
Wait a minute, EA. But your reasoning for wanting to kick her teeth in has nothing to do, from what I've heard, with Adachi being cock blocked. You just want to do this for your own own enjoyment.
This is true. I do want to murder her.
Well, she did say in this episode that she's just taking on the appearance of a shiny lolly. So she actually might be like she could be at like a 6'7" linebacker, 250 pounds, muscles coming out of her ears. So I don't know if you want to fight her.
She could be a cyber demon.
Yeah, well, let's see how she answers to my shotgun.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna take your chances.
I am. You know what you gotta do with a menace from outer space? You gotta, like Arnold Schwarzenegger once said, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Does she bleed?
We won't know, won't we?
Okay.
Wait. Did we just inadvertently combine two punchlines in a movie? If it bleeds, we can kill it, and do you bleed?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure did.
Damn.
I remember what I was going to say.
I knew it.
We actually got an explanation for why she wore the astronaut suit in the first place. Is because since she is an alien, she thought that's just how humans dress. So I thought that was actually kind of clever. The fact that, the tying in, she is like from space, so she's probably seen a lot of astronauts or whatever. So she thought, oh, that's just how they dress. So that's what I'm going to wear to Earth.
She also goes nom 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 when she eats.
I hate it.
Oh my god.
Why does she have to announce what she does?
Because you wouldn't know.
Yeah. You'd be
I mean,
clueless.
if she went to the bathroom and took a shit, does she go piss, piss, piss?
Maybe.
I mean, maybe. Probably.
And then she wipes her ass, wipe, wipe, wipe.
We don't know how she works. That's the thing.
That's right. She don't work. Freaking bum.
Oh
Well,
my
she did
god.
she did have to get money from somewhere.
Where did she get money from? I mean,
She paid for the croquettes. It was like,
oh, that's right.
I don't know how much it was, but she got money from somewhere.
She's a
She
thief.
probably like stole change from like a vending machine.
She might have. She might have. You know, she. Damn alien.
What?
Aiden says, to a scale of 1 to 10, how much pain do you feel when she says nom nom nom?
Oh, it's probably like an 8 because you know it's so unnecessary.
Is it though?
Her mouth is full and she's going oh nom nom nom.
When Jacob says local streamer complains alien doesn't work.
They took our germs.
You're gonna get canceled, EA.
Oh, it's already happening. It's happening.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and not see my subscribers, and I'm gonna be like, well, time to come out with the apology video. Guys, I'm sorry. I took jokes a little too far, and I love all aliens, no matter what they do, okay? This is a blemish on my record, and I just want to apologize.
But I will not apologize about Shukoh.
Right. I just, you think it's going to be an apology, and I just go, but Shukoh! Hate Shukoh.
Yeah. Larry Jenkins is right. Definitely. Make sure to vote. You got the option. Why not do it? So, what are we giving this episode?
Killing it.
Sorry, EA. I say this
Are
every
you?
time.
I
And
wanna
then
say,
yes,
are you?
and you reply every time the same way. Are you? And I am. I'm so sorry.
Somehow I don't believe that, but hey, you know,
Pass it.
you know, it's one of those things.
Oh my god. Oh my god. YashaHime episode 4.
Woo!
Oh, you're just cheered up immediately.
Yeah, I'm already happy. I love demons.
Oh my
Are
god.
you gonna let that slide? So what do you like about demons so much that you hate that brought on the hate for aliens? What's the difference?
Aliens don't, demons don't burrow inside your chest and then, explode once they become mature.
I'll have to introduce you to some demons then.
All right.
Later.
I have to see these demons.
EA.
Yes.
You know there was a demon in Inuyasha that took the form of like a really young girl.
Isn't that like every episode?
No? Sometimes they're a giant tree monster.
My views have been changed.
Okay, YashaHime episode 4. What did you guys think about it?
I thought it was pretty cool. I kind of figured that this was going to happen, where they were going to go back into feudal Japan. How old's the grandpa?
Oh, super old.
I want to say he was old even in Inuyasha.
But he finally found
Mention that.
someone who appreciates his like charm things.
Yeah, because remember the very first episode? Freaking Kagome took that and gave it to the dog and say, here's a treat.
Yeah. Oh God. I
And
forgot
then
about that.
yeah, Kagome, the very very first couple episodes, she was not very nice.
Well,
But
for like the first half of that season, she wasn't really
yeah,
nice.
yeah, she was terrible. But then this particular episode, she's like, I love this, and he's like, I'm so glad I found somebody that likes these things just as much as I do.
He's crying.
I know, he appreciates it. He got a great granddaughter that's so appreciative.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Great granddaughter.
No, not just one great.
There's like multiple greats. Like, well,
Great times infinity.
That's many hundreds of years ago. Yeah. Oh God, time travel hurts my brain.
I'm just going to say that.
What'd you say, Saucy?
He should be dead. He's like Master Roshi's age.
Yeah, he really should be.
Well, maybe it's all those like sutras and charms and stuff he's got.
Modern medicine is amazing.
Yeah, it really is. But Master Roshi isn't. I mean, he's older and he lives longer just because of the fact that he's the master of the Kamehameha wave. I think, or maybe it's because of all the panties and butts that he touches. I don't know.
Yeah, how the hell does he still find excitement in that? And he's like, let's not. No, YashaHime episode 4.
All right.
Master Roshi's a pimp.
I love how Grandpa gives Moroha the Kappa's foot, which is used later on to defeat the demon, which is a great just little thing, just something Grandpa used was effective. This is such an old joke that may have never gotten a payoff if it weren't for YashaHime. Think about that. That's crazy. While this is happening, Moroha's hugging Grandpa and notices a root head, which, by the way, is very suggestive. Local streamer complains about old men.
Which one was me? Or which streamer? Because I wasn't complaining about the old man.
QRW6, Master Roshi drank from the Fountain of Youth.
That's right. Thank you, QRW6. I forgot about that.
He still should be dead.
I mean, he died like many a times, but got wished back.
Yeah, that's true. Toa, well, everybody kind of moves on a little bit and enjoys their regular life. Moroha is training in martial arts or something. Toa's continuing to learn English, which is great because her English teacher is speaking English and it's hilarious. And Setsuna is taking up violin. It's just a lot of, which, by the way, Setsuna taking up violin is the most Sesshomaru's daughter thing I've ever seen, and I didn't even know it.
Well, does Sesshomaru play the violin?
He's just so fucking moody and brooding.
If he played an instrument, he would play violin or piano or something like that.
He'd be really good at it.
Yeah, he would. Wait, no, he wouldn't. He's got one arm.
Doesn't matter.
Don't talk about that.
We'll play it with one arm. We'll figure it out. So Toa wants to restore Setsuna's memory, and they want to go to the feudal era to do that. Which made me immediately think that it wasn't just the butterfly that just somehow happened to erase Setsuna's memory. I think it has to do something with this Kirin Maru that we're introduced to, or someone else that played a role in removing Setsuna's memory, and I think her getting her memory back isn't just important to Toa, but it's important to the overall plot, and something in her memory is very important.
Could be. It could be why Sesshomaru is kind of going on his own, doing whatever. Because it's still a question, but as it pertains to Shishomaru, there could be some reason as to why he basically relinquished his title as the Great Demon Dog, and just he basically that action um kind of set things off into chaos. So that reasoning has to be explained, but it could be something to do with Setsuna's memories. Um, so maybe like when they try to recover it, that's going to tie in. And I was complaining last podcast about this series at that time not having a real direction because there was no goal set in mind. But now we have that uh recovering Setsuna's like the beating the butt or finding the butterfly so she can sleep again and whatnot, and beating this new guy that we're introduced to, Kirin Maru, which they rejected, but they're eventually going to have to beat this guy. So I still want to know what's going on with Inuyasha and Kagome,
Yes.
because
Yes.
we don't know what is going on.
Yeah.
They're just not in their kid's life, apparently.
Yeah,
in their
Maroha doesn't
kid's
know
life.
who Kagome is.
Yeah.
Freaking, and Shishomaru wasn't even there for his daughters.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I wanted to say something about that because they brought up, I think Kaede brought up the fact that, because he had twins, that he wants them to go out on their own and figure out which one is the better one. As much as Shishomaru is an asshole, I don't think he would do something like that. So I feel like that's just a red herring. I don't believe that's what Shishomaru actually was trying to do. So I think his motives will be explained later. But it's we got like a mystery and things, so this episode was engaging.
Yeah, very, very.
Yeah. Can I want to say something
go
that I
ahead.
thought that was really neat. I mean, we see the tree, and the tree makes like a form of basically Kikyo, which was, it wasn't Kikyo, but it was the form of Kikyo. I'm like, okay, so it's not really Kikyo, whatever. It was kind of cool to see that with there. She was
It's another bit of fan service, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. And what I thought was really cool was that these girls were given a task to do and a quest to do. And usually I'm like, okay, here we go. They're going to be like, I'm gung ho, I'm ready for whatnot. Not only did they say no, they all were just like, nah, I'm good. The one who's been in feudal Japan and the one who's been in the human world for most of her life, they're both like, no, we don't know this guy. We don't know this guy who is our so-called father. You know, I'm going to go ahead and just, no, I don't want to fight his fight. So I thought that was cool, because normally when you see something like that, it's like, yeah, all right, I want to go ahead and be in my father's footsteps. Yeah, this is great. But they were like, no, we screw you, man. What's in it for us? So I thought that was a nice little, I don't know, kind of like a not an FU to, yeah, right, subvert the expectations where you're used to the same thing over and over again, where it's just like, no, I don't want it. Oh, okay. Let's see what happens now.
So you bring up, the Tree of Ages taking the form of Kikyo, and she says, it says, that the way to defeat Kirin Maru is to time travel, is to use that ability that the Tree of Ages has. And it makes me think, I immediately thought, oh no, Jesus Christ, they're going to go back into like to the original series of Inuyasha, and this is just going to be like a tour of like a glorified recap of them time traveling back to certain periods in the series of Inuyasha. But I actually don't think that's going to happen. Instead, what I think is going to happen is I think they're going to travel back in time to the first episode of this series 14 years ago, where they're all either unborn or just babies, and they're going to stop the root head from ever getting in the Tree of Ages, and Kirin Maru possibly from doing whatever it is he has to do. Because she specifically said the way to beat Kirin is the ability to travel in time. So that makes me think there's going to be time travel, but I don't think it's going to be, to the beginning of this Inuyasha series. I think that'd be weird.
Mm-hmm.
I want to mention I really like Toa.
She's great.
I usually don't like characters with this personality trait, but she's really righteous, and I just like that. I just like that because you wouldn't expect that from her being like a half demon or anything like that. But she's been raised, well, I can say, in the current timeline, and like the moment I take away from that is when they're traveling back to feudal Japan, and uh I think it was it was either Setsuna or Moroha, who I think it was Moroha, who said something like, "Okay, we're not going to give the damn what is his name, the fucking root demon,
Root
root
Yeah,
head,
his
yeah,
name is
okay.
Root Head.
Root
Give me some Root Head, baby.
That sounds very provocative.
Yeah, they said like she said we're not going to give him the jewel. We're just going to kill him basically. And then she steps in and she's like, "No, you got to keep your promise." And I was like, I like that little moment from her because she's real strict about like morality and things like that. She doesn't want to be devious, so I really like Toa.
I think that's because of her being raised in modern day Japan as opposed to feudal era Japan. Because I feel like people in feudal era Japan are more immediately like, nah, we got to get rid of this. Because if we don't, we're going to get like dysentery or something and die. I don't fucking know. But the old Oregon Trail. So I think that's why she has that personality traits. I also think it has a lot to do with her being pretty much the daughter of Sota, really, more than Sesshomaru. So that's what I love about this series is that Setsuna is obviously carrying a lot of the traits that she got from Sesshomaru. Toa has almost none of that. Maybe a little bit of it, but usually it's kind of like her whole like how she fights and she kind of gets in fights a lot. That's something like you would see Shomer's daughter doing, but it's then twisted in a way to be more good. So now instead of her just getting into fights all the time and being a degenerate, she's actually doing it to stop other bullies from bullying people. So yeah, I really like Toa. I think I said that in episode 1 or 2 or something. Like I really enjoyed her.
Yeah, she's really good. I was wondering like how the dynamic was going to be different, and I think you guys nailed it on the head where one was basically mostly has the same Shishomaru's personality and whatnot, and the other one is more close to Soda and whatnot, though they are the same, even though they are both daughters of Shishomaru, they are both raised differently and both have different outlooks on life and whatnot.
Yeah, I think because of that, what we're going to eventually see probably is Setsuna and Toa come to heads about their opinions. They're gonna get root head. They're gonna bash. They're gonna bash heads, and Setsuna's gonna want to do it her way, and Toa's gonna want to do it her way, and there's gonna be a disagreement, and they're gonna have to compromise and come to terms with that. And I think that's gonna be a cool moment when that happens. It just feels like it's just a given.
Yeah, I mean they kind of already have in a way, but
yeah, for sure.
It's definitely gonna be more. Because now that they're in feudal Japan, all of this demon hunting is going to happen.
Right.
And what I also noticed is freaking Miroha's giant bag of stuff.
It had a
She has a
fucking bike in
bike.
there.
Yeah.
How did she get a bike in a backpack?
Oh my god.
I mean,
Those-
Kagome
had a
to
lot.
she had to like carry the bike to the well to get it through.
Right.
She didn't just like put it in a fucking bag.
I mean, like Kagome throughout the whole original series, she had like a lot of stuff in her bags. But she would have to sometimes be like, all right, there's too much stuff in here. They're like, I can't carry my books now. Like, I can't study for a test, which would then be a setup for a later thing. Which is brilliant, by the way, the way they did that.
But now it's like, fuck it. Let's throw everything in, including the kitchen sink.
It's like a black hole or something. Like it just transports to a different dimension to keep all the stuff in there.
I said in my video about this today on my Bento channel, youtube.com/BentoYT. In my YashaHime video about today's episode, I said, where do I buy these bags? Because not only do they carry a bunch of stuff without even ripping, but they like expand, and they get bigger the more stuff you put in.
You can smuggle in so many people, and no one would be the wiser. You know.
Hey, what do you got in that bag right there?
Nothing.
A bike?
I got a bike in it. Okay, real funny, kid. Just keep moving.
I also like. I thought it was hilarious how they with the rainbow pearls, they just like basically lied to Roothead about it. I just like the comedy of that. Of like, yeah, we'll give you the rainbow pearls, but not psych.
Yeah,
here's a Kappa's foot.
I know, Roothead.
Poor Roothead.
He's gonna get no Roothead.
It's sad. I mean, like, they had an agreement. They negotiated. They agreed on something. He should have got the pearls, and he got cheated. That I feel bad for him.
I also
probably.
Sorry, continue.
Oh, I was gonna say this probably isn't the first time he's gotten a freaking petrified hand thrown in his face and lied to before. You know, I feel so bad for him.
Happened to me last week.
Oh man.
Oh shit, are you Roothead?
So see, you know his pain.
Yeah. This episode just hit on an emotional level.
I love the part in this episode where Sota sits down in Toa's room and pulls out the picture book of all the memories they took, which I think a couple of those were some previous Inuyasha like filler episodes, which is great. And they kind of addressed the thing that I was talking about last week, where Toa feels like she's a burden on this family, and Sota reassures her basically that's not the case and that she'll be fine. And I thought it was a very touching scene. It's shorter than I expected, but she starts to cry and hugs Sota, and I was like, "Oh God damn it!"
She called her pop. She called him Papa.
Yeah, Sota like Papa.
Ooh, I want some soda pop.
How do you guys think Shishamaru come into the picture will? Do you think it would change her dynamic with Sota, or do you think, like, if Shishamaru were to come into the picture, would she call him dad? Like, what type of relationship would they have?
No, I think right away she'll be very probably standoffish with him. I don't see her as abandoning, where she came from, even though she didn't technically come for that, but to her that's all she's known. She knows that that's her father to her no matter what. And I think it goes back to Guardians of the Galaxy 2. He may have been your papa, but he wasn't your daddy. So I think that's where it comes from. So she'll know him as Shishamaru, but she wasn't his daddy.
Is she going to just call him Shishamaru, or?
I think so. I think it's just going to be Shishamaru. Maybe later on once she gets to know him, but I don't think it's going to be until like way later in the series.
I need when Miroha sees Kagome for the first time just to yell out, Kagome!
Oh god. Oh my god.
And then Kagome can go, Miroha!
in slow motion.
How do they know their names?
Yeah, that's true. They don't even know who their parents are, yet they know their names.
Like this information had to be relayed to Kaede.
Yeah, definitely. Something's going on here with all their memories and stuff. And why they don't know their own parents. And why they haven't shown up. I mean, it feels like they're just keeping a bunch of information that isn't there yet.
Who's the lady in the tree?
Rin, the little girl.
I thought that was Rin. I was like, is that Rin? Because you saw Shishomaru's, at least not his face, but you saw his feet as he walked away.
Satsuki's favorite body part.
It's not true. That is like my fourth or third.
Oh god.
I mean, this is why we passed
pretty high.
This is why we passed the climbing anime.
Yeah, that's because of the feet.
That's right.
Why is she still a loli?
See, she's not. I don't get either.
She's not a loli.
She's not?
No.
Okay, yeah, she does look a little older, but she still looks young. Like you think
she's
she
like
would
a
look
teenager
older.
or like in her 20s. That's what she looks like to me.
Mm.
She looked older than Miroha, Setsuna, and Toa.
It wouldn't hold up in court.
I'll send a picture. It may look more obvious in a still frame. Not that I'm trying to prove something here, Satsuki.
What are you doing keeping pictures of people?
It's for this video. What are you talking about?
Yeah, she does look older, actually, now that I see it. Because before she was like, what, 5 or something?
She's like
8.
Yeah, 10.
Was she 8?
8 or 10 or something? Yeah.
Okay,
like
so she should, in theory, be an adult now.
Psy Darkness says the law says you're guilty.
The laws won't take me alive.
So this Kirin Maru guy is actually pretty interesting because it kind of has something to do with Inuyasha. So Kirin Maru was the demon beast that reigned over the west. And the person who reigned over the east was the great dog demon. Now who the fuck is a dog demon in fucking Inuyasha? Is it Inuyasha? Is it not?
It's his dad.
Because she also says it is your grandfather, Miroha.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
No. I thought she was addressing Setsuna when she said that.
Oh, okay. That may be it. So I was like, this is Inuyasha.
Well, I think
they have the same father, so
right, and it was the dog demon.
Yeah, because they were talking about Inuyasha and Shishomaru's father.
Right, he got it on with this lady.
Yep, he had one demon wife supposedly and one human wife, so that's why we got Inuyasha and Shishomaru.
Yeah, he
wanted
to experiment.
Wait until the rom-com spinoff happens, and then there's the third son.
What will happen when a half demon and a full demon live under the same roof?
He has like a half demon wife next.
Oh gosh. It's who is the comb that turned into like the half naked chick in like episode 4 of Inuyasha?
What?
I have no clue.
The comb?
Her name is like Yura. I think her name is Yura, the demon comb.
I remember there was like this really hot spider lady.
Really hot spider lady?
You remember that? She was like stabbing Inuyasha and he was like caught in the web and she took the sword and she was like licking and she's like, I'm gonna lick all that blood off you.
It's pretty hot.
I know, isn't it? You would have liked it, Sasuke. Sorry, I'm stuttering over myself because I'm thinking about it so much.
I think that may be talking about the same person. Eh? This chick.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah,
she was great.
Yeah, QRW6 says the great dog demon is Inuyasha says. I'm stupid. Sorry. It's not like I recently just watched all of the original Inuyasha or anything.
He's big. He's very big.
Yeah, he is.
How
He packs down some heat.
how the hell did he have 2 sons with that chick if he's that big?
All wee wee.
Oh god. Oh god. Jesus Christ.
What happens to the best of us?
Oh, that was funny.
Final thoughts on this episode of YashaHime.
Yeah, it was good. Pass it.
Pass as well.
All right. That's all for the show today. EA, where can they find you?
You can find me at Everything Animated. Yeah, just Everything Animated. I'm currently doing a weekly podcast with Sasuke the Savage. Doing it on Love Live Nagasaki, right? Is that it?
Nagasaki.
Damn it!
We're going to get it one day.
I'm going to get one day. This is going to be the last episode, and I'm going to remember. Expect that to happen on Tuesday. I've been doing it every Tuesday. And if my videos get a certain amount of likes, might get another special guest that everybody loves and or hates. And they'll be about that. I also have a channel with my girlfriend called All Elite Couple. We are actually moving and getting some subscribers now. We're almost at the legendary 69 subscribers.
Oh crap.
And yeah, I know. We're hoping to get to 100. We got a couple of videos, our impressions of the new supermarket sweep. We got a couple of Halloween stuff coming out, and of course we have the Mandalorian series that we're going to be talking about in full detail when it premieres.
Sasuke, where can they find you?
They can find me at Sasuke the Savage, Sasuke Reactor. I recently finished JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders Battle in Egypt. Didn't upload the last live reaction for it, but that will be uploaded soon next week. But I will also be talking about JoJo Part 3 in its totality on my main channel, so look out for that. And I'll have first impressions for Sports Climbing Girls and Adachi as well. And of course, as EA said, we'll be talking about Love Live on his channel. So that is it for me.
All right. Thanks everybody for checking out this week's King of Anime podcast. Make sure to subscribe to all these people. And everybody's in the description, by the way. And by the way, if you're gonna donate now, to my channel, I have a PayPal link. So if you don't want to give 30% to Google and you want me to take most of it, not waste your money, there's a PayPal link down below. I finally figured out how to make that work. So thanks everybody for checking out the stream. We'll come back here next week and talk about more anime. Bye-bye.
Later.